Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, good morning. My name is Marty Peterson. I'm Special Assistant to the President of the University of Idaho, and I am here representing the university's administration. Under current policies, the state allows local control at the institutional level to determine firearms policies. This allows each institution to adopt policies that best suit the needs of the individual institution. At the University of Idaho, our firearms policies require that all individuals, except for law enforcement personnel, must check their firearms in with campus security officials for placement in a storage vault. The individuals owning the firearms have 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week access to their weapons and can have access to them at any time to take them off campus for whatever purposes they wish. Under House Bill 222, these policies would be centralized and controlled by state law rather than being responsive to local needs. However, it is important to note that House Bill 222 does recognize that under Idaho's Constitution, the State Board of Education does have the authority to regulate matters pertaining to firearms as may be provided for by law. In the instance of House Bill 222, it would continue to allow the State Board of Education to regulate the presence of firearms in undergraduate residential housing. While state law would continue to ban firearms from public schools and judicial facilities, this law would create some serious conflicts in those areas with our university. Each year we have up to 13,000 people attend the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival in Moscow. Most of those attending are junior and senior high school students. At our McCall Outdoor Science School, or MOSS, we have several thousand elementary and secondary students attending our science camps each year. On our Moscow campus, we have a pre-K daycare program. We also have 4-H summer camps around the state. And similar to other universities, we make our athletic facilities available to high school students. In each instance under House Bill 222, since those programs are held on the university's property, we would have no means of providing the same kind of weapons-free environment that is guaranteed under state law for public school facilities. Another area of confusion would be that both the Idaho Supreme Court and the State District Court conduct court proceedings in the courtroom at the University of Idaho College of Law. Since this is on university property, it appears that House Bill 222 would allow individuals to have guns in the courtroom during these sessions. In Boise, the State Law Library, which used to be housed in the Idaho Supreme Court building, a building in which state law prohibits firearms, has now moved to the Idaho Water Center, a University of Idaho facility. Under House Bill 222, firearms would be allowed in the State Law Library. Yet another problem in the bill is the exemption for undergraduate residential housing. At the University of Idaho, we don't have student housing that is specified as undergraduate or graduate student housing. We just have student housing. Both undergraduates and graduates may be housed in the same housing units. Presumably, this would mean that graduate students living in a dormitory could have firearms, but undergraduate students living in the same dormitory could not. In the House presentation on this bill, the sponsors talked about a national ranking system that gave grades to universities and colleges for student safety. The report indicated that the 3 Idaho universities had received a C- for student safety, and the inference was that if students could pack firearms, the campus would be a safer place. But I think you need to know that this same report gives Utah State University, which allows concealed carry on its campus, a D. It also gives BYU in Utah, which does not allow firearms on its campus, the same C- given the 3 Idaho universities, and BYU Idaho, which does not allow firearms on its campus, received a B+ in the report. Universities are required by federal law to release an annual crime report. I would be glad to provide any of you with a copy of the most recent crime report for the University of Idaho. We are a university with over 11,000 students. In reading this report, I think you will agree that any other community of 11,000 with similar crime statistics would be considered a very safe place to live. Most discussion concerning House Bill 222 has focused on concealed weapons. But make no mistake about it, this bill does not limit itself to concealed weapons. It applies to all firearms. Under Idaho law, anyone over the age of 18 can own a rifle, shotgun, or handgun. So this bill would essentially allow any of our students, faculty, staff, or visitors over the age of 18 to have any type of unconcealed firearm on campus, and if they were 21 or over, they could obtain a concealed weapons permit. Let me comment briefly on unconcealed weapons at the University of Idaho. Under our current policies at the university, if someone saw an individual walking across the campus, for example, carrying an assault rifle, there is a likely chance that someone would report that to the campus police and they would immediately investigate. But if House Bill 222 were approved, carrying an assault rifle on campus would be perfectly legal, and should anyone contact the police to report such an incident, the police would probably ignore the report since it would be legal. It would only be after the person with the assault rifle began actually shooting that they would respond, since that would be illegal. The university is currently in litigation with a student who has sued the university over our prohibition of firearms in university-owned student housing. We believe that the courts, rather than the legislature, is the appropriate place for this issue to be decided. Proponents of House Bill 422 have indicated that something like 24 colleges and universities in this country allow firearms on their campuses. But the real figure should be that 4,363 colleges and universities in the United States do not allow firearms on their campuses. In fact, in Idaho, there is not a single post-secondary institution, public or private, that allows firearms on their campuses other than in the hands of law enforcement personnel. BYU Idaho, Northwest Nazarene University, the College of Idaho, Boise Bible College, the University of Phoenix, George Fox University, ITT Technical Institute. They all prohibit firearms on their campuses or in their facilities. There is a reason for that. A university is a place for civil dialogue and the exchange of ideas. It is also a place where people of all ages experience a wide range of emotions, whether in academic debates, concerns over grades, attending athletic contests, or rivalries between individuals, organizations, or living groups. But in none of those places is there an opportunity for firearms to play a productive role. We know our campuses and our students better than anyone else. We are charged with ensuring the safety of our students 24 hours a day, 7 days a week when they are on our campuses. And we being the State Board of Education, the University of Idaho administration, the University of Idaho Faculty Senate, the Associated Students of the University of Idaho, and the Moscow Police Department are each on record as opposing House Bill 222 and believe that we are the best judges for determining policies that make our campus a safe environment for all involved. I encourage you to vote against House Bill 222 and let the individual institutions continue to adopt firearms regulations tailored to best meet the specific needs of the institution's students, faculty, staff, and visitors. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. There are questions? Senator Stennett.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Peterson, good morning. Just a quick question. Does your security carry firearms?
Mr. Chairman, Senator Stennett, I don't believe that our security people do, but the Moscow Police Department also play a role, and Chief Duke is here and will be testifying later and could better clarify that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Other questions? Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.